Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Comic Show with the Weekly Comic Book Round. We've made it through most of the round. Now it's going to wrap things up with this week's Batman books. Kicking things off, we've got, let's see, I believe, yeah, Batman number 139. So, Gotham War is over. It is believed that Catwoman is dead. Vandal Savage's plans were thwarted. And Batman has decided to distance himself from the rest of the Bat family. So the issue begins. A GCPD officer is taking a statement from a woman who was attacked. Apparently, however, it wasn't some... But she was attacked. Batman saved her. That caused her to scream, which was the police to be called. So, Bruce has taken up a new false identity. Lenny lives in a small apartment, nothing extravagant. Keeps an eye out for the various does what he can to keep an eye out and an ear open for about all of the various Bat rogues, and Zur-En-Arrh is still talking to him. There's a call, so it turns out that all of the Bat villains, like the big ones, have their own criminal codes, basically. Like, for when GCPD is reporting on, or when the GCPD comes upon one of them. You know, like how 187 is generally used to say, hey, we're at the scene of a homicide. So, Batman suits up, goes to investigate. The victim is Wilfred Lohmuller, painter and heir to the Play East Toys fortune. But Wilfred is suspended over bats, though it seems that the arrangement is at random. Letter N, stating that North. Batman looks at the bat, manages to note a low light visible only map of Gotham on the wall, and notes that the baby that was strapped to Wilfred's chest is a baby doll with the word Grandma written across its closed eyelids. Batman goes to Wilfred's grandmother's house to find her Play East Toys. Apparently she'd been largely forgotten for years by her family until she died, and basically surrounded by baby dolls. But one of the dolls spits an accelerant at him. Fire starts. Batman fights one of one of the larger baby dolls attacks. Turns out to be one of Joker's former goons who had been trained by Selina. But other clues also hinted at Joker having some of Batman's, some of those that, some of the people who had trained Batman and Ghostmaker in his youth, including the thief who trained him in Paris. And Batman walks into the master bedroom, finding a video of him, of the Joker torturing her, seemingly planning to, seemingly removing her. Removing her tongue. But there are additional victims, including having recreated the death of the Waynes, as well as Alfred's dead body. Seemingly also Jason's body. Joker feels unappreciated by Batman. But Batman says, okay, this is it. No more victims, just Batman and Joker. And Joker's like, yes, absolutely. However, Joker wants to fight the real Batman. And basically manages to manages to bring out Zur-En-Arrh, putting Zur-En-Arrh the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh in control of Batman, and so while Bruce watches from within his mind. And it turns out there's a lot more Batmans of Zur-En-Arrh, seemingly a Batverse of Batmans of Zur-En-Arrh. There's clearly a Batman Beyond inspired one, a Batman 89 inspired one, Batman 66, Gotham by Gaslight, Batman the Animated Series. I think there's also a Batman Brave and the Bold. Yeah. Anyways, that's where our A story ends. Our B story picks up in the aftermath of the Gotham War. Vandal Savage is not dead. Has clawed his way back to the manor. He's at least reinvigorated. But Vandal tries to think what to do now. He gets a horse, so he'll leave and do further plots elsewhere. However, the further he gets from Gotham, the weaker he feels. Apparently, because of the meteorite crash in Gotham, well, if he wants to remain empowered, he has to stay in Gotham. But he kills a couple of street thugs. Basically just decides that and says, well, he would love nothing more than to basically just grind the souls of everyone in Gotham beneath his heel. Well, he needs to choose when to unleash. But he does have, at least has someplace he can call home while he plans. And so, Vandal Savage continues to stay needs to make his home in Wayne Manor. And that is where the issue ends. So the Batman, The whole Batman Zero and R versus Joker thing. We've already had a backup story that showed from the early days of Batman's crime fighting career, Zero and R taking over and attacking Joker. It was actually a moment where Batman opted to strengthen the firewalls, preventing Zero and R from getting loose. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Birds of Prey #3. Where we left off, while on their way to their secret mission to Themyscira, the birds had to, arrange transportation in the middle of the ocean. Harley was in charge of that, and so King Shark, commanded a shark to take them to Themyscira, the Megalodon, no less. In Themyscira, one of the Amazons is looking over Strying Pool, saying that the vessel is almost ready. Philippus sees this and asks if she's well, saying that this Amazon Penelope should rest and try contacting Lance again later. If that doesn't work, they can try and send the message through Diana. So, back with the birds, they don't like Harley's idea. They're very much against the idea of heading in with the heading into Themyscira in the esophagus of a megalodon. Though King Shark gives some guarantees, they're saying, he's not going to let Black Canary die, because there's going to be a lot of hero types coming after him if he lets him die, She's got everyone with Batman on board, not getting he's not going to get any of them killed. But they agree to do it. And so, they head to Themyscira in a Megalodon. Getting out and arriving on Themyscira's shores. And Dinah thanks Harley. They had to split up. Zealot conducts a brief ritual to for dealing with the Themyscira, making it so that she cannot be killed or kill another creature while on the island. Though she can still injure them, such as when she runs Harley through. But the team splits up with Harley and Dinah climbing their way to the throne room. Batgirl and Barda making their way through the jungle. However, there's something in the jungle that ends up taking Barda's power rod. Then Zealot and their teleporter make their way to another part of the jungle. But there's apparently an Amazon patrol that they come across. Zealot dispatches them bloodlessly. Also, Dinah and Harley make their way through the the palace to get to Sin, who appears to be just fine. And, of course, the alarms sound. So, backup plan is to keep Diana occupied. And, well, in charge of that is Green Arrow. Does so with a gas bomb arrow. Diana comes for Ollie. Does what he can to distract her, but, well, yeah, the last of the magic trick arrows turned her into a flock of butterflies, so she's heading to the island. And quickly, she arrives and the narration states that everyone is obviously afraid of Batman, and they should be. Despite everything, everyone is also afraid of Superman, as they should be. Everyone just loves Diana, as they should. They should also be very, very afraid. And that is where the issue ends. I'm loving this book so far. It's been, honestly, just a lot of fun. It has been, honestly, just a fun read so far. And I'm hoping that it continues on for quite some time. Moving on, though, to our next book, we have Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 12. Wrapping up the miniseries. So, the fake Joker goes to a hot dog stand to get some hot dogs, but is mistaken for the real Joker. Ends up getting the hot dogs for free. He seemingly recruits Jason Todd. This occurs after Gotham War, as Jason has had his had his lobotomy been lobotomized by Batman, but basically kind of sort of gets over it by teensiest dose of Joker venom. But a plan is set up that includes Ravager masquerading as Red Hood to get Batman's attention, while the fake Joker has a train full of Joker venom headed towards Gotham Central. Real Joker's got a Joker blimp heading his way. Real Joker's goons attack the train. Red Hood then gets involved, taking over somebody takes over the blimp while the two Jokers fight each other. But Red Hood shows up, gets the drop on the real Joker, and then learns what the fake Joker's plan is, and, well, does what he can to try and stop it, but, yeah, the fake Joker still wants his plan to go off, and, well, Jason's going to be an impediment to that. The two Jokers continue to fight, but they kind of say, hey, you know what? How about after, let this go off. We, in the confusion, one of us leaves town and Joker's somewhere else. I've always been a fan of the franchising thing, and, But Red Hood goes after the blimp, commandeering it for himself as the Jokers come up with a plan. Then the blimp is used to stop the train. The Jokers jump off the train, landing in the river. That was the backup escape plan. Ravager manages to find Jason, pull him out of the river, one of the Jokers comes out of the river while the goons of the two Jokers are fighting over who, which Jokers will be saved. And well, either way, one of them is short ahead, so while the other is alive and well. That is where the series ends. This was an interesting series. I do feel like it kind of dragged on a bit. It being a 12-issue mini, I feel like it could have been less, but I don't know. Some of it did just seem to get dragged out, and well, yeah. But moving on to our last book for the week, we've got Poison Ivy, number 16. Where we left off, Ivy had killed had seemingly destroyed a real estate developer who had become a plant-based creature similar to her, but with the complete opposite of complete opposite morality. So we open with Ivy remembering, apparently, on her way to Seattle, she got a man who she refers to as Chuck. She infected him with Volania. It took a while to affect him. Little by little, he got worse and worse, and well, it seemed that the Volania did start to spread throughout the country, a wild strain. It seems that Chuck worked at presumably basically Amazon, and coughed on some of the basically coughed Lania spores onto some of the packages he handled, and that's how it spread. In Chuck's dreams, he sees a mushroom forest and runs into, which he follows, and encounters Ivy, as well as others. Ivy begins to wonder how they're all here, realizing that they're connected because of the Lamia. Undyne's there and kind of points out that she infected a lot of people with Lamia, and she's tethered to their thoughts. Undyne, while Ivy points out that they're all dead, Undyne disagrees, saying that Gwendolyn Caltrope, not dead. Janice Friend from Reception, not dead. And then kind of said, so since there have been a few abnormalities, there's nothing to worry about. So they're saying out of sight, out of mind. With him warning that they're coming for her. They're coming home to their mother. And Undyne seems to insist that he's the real deal there. But apparently Chuck died on his leaving for work. He was feeling sick, but he couldn't skip work. Collapses on the way to the bus. The Lania spores sprout, and then he gets back up, goes into the forest, goes into the woods, seemingly disappearing. Cops don't find a body, so at least he's presumably not dead. But he's joined others who are also infected with the Lania, as they make their trek through the country to Gotham City. And Ivy suddenly wakes in the middle of the night, realizing that they're almost there, and that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I do have to admit that I wish that, or I hope that the brief tryst that Harley had with Janet from HR gets addressed, but because yeah, that's that feels like something that needs to be, needs to be addressed, even if it is to just, confirm that, oh yes, Harley and Ivy have an open relationship. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, PayPal, and Patreon can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.